Hello, this is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I am so glad that you have joined me today for my Simple Sunday video. Last Tuesday, when we got together, we did an Easter card that was a shadow box and something that was more for children. This time, we're going to do another Easter card, only one that is more styled for an adult. I call this the Center Circle Fold. Um, these folds that I'm presenting really don't have names to them necessarily, but I'm doing so many of them that I'm trying to name them something so that it's easier for us to keep straight as to which fold we're talking about. But this is the center circle fold. You cut this center out and it's glued in there, so you pull it together and open up to see your message. Isn't that cool? I just love how this looks. All right. We'll get into that a little deeper in just a second. Any products that you see today, you can go to my shop at creatingcardswithsherry.stampinup.net and put in the host code XHTAPSVX to get any rewards. And then you can get all the details on how to make this card on my blog at creatingcardswithsherry.blogspot.com. Now, when you go to both my blog and even on this YouTube video, I would encourage you to not only hit the subscribe button, but the like button as well, and that bell that will remind you of when the videos come out. My general times for my videos at this point are Tuesdays from 7 to 7:30 and Sundays from 2 to 2:30. But every once in a while they get off a little bit because of whatever's going on during my day. But for the most part, those are the times that I aim for. So always remember that as well. But I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. It's been a delight to be able to share these things with you, and I hope that you're really enjoying them. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment below and just let me know what your favorite part of the video was. All right, let's go on. We are going to be using this stamp set called Rejoice in Him. It's one of our cling stamp sets, and it's a little different because it has the red cling to it, the red rubber stamp to it, I should say. All right. And there's no bundle with this, so we're just going to use that stamp set. Layering circle dies is what I used to punch out my circles. This is Pacific Point, and this is the base of my card at 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it at 4.25, and I stuck this in my emboss machine and centered the circle on it, ran it through, and it cut it out. So you got this right out of it. Okay. Then I took another size circle and just did a plain white one. The other card that you're going to need is going to be your inside card, and I just use the basic white, and this one is 5.25 by 8, and it is scored, I don't know if you can see it here, but it is scored at 4 inches and again at 6 inches. All right, let's see, what else do I want to tell you before we go on? Oh, you'll also need, well, you don't have to have this, but I chose to put this in because I think it dresses the card up a little bit. But I took a piece of DSP paper, and it's 2 inches by 5.25. Now, this is the Dainty Flowers. The Dainty Flowers is not available at this time, but I'm trying to use up what I have on stock before I get any other flowery DSP. So use what you have. It doesn't have to be this. It can be anything you want. I'm just using this because I'm trying to use up my stock. All right. And I think that's all we need to tell you. First, you're going to cut, and you're going to cut those papers. Then we're going to stamp, and we're going to color. Now, I already stamped things. I took garden green paper, and I stamped it with the garden green ink. and I used the leaf from our stamp set. And then I took the head of Christ and I used the Tuxedo Black Memento ink to stamp his face. And then I cut both of those images out. All right, now I'm going to color um, this one. And what I'm going to do, I'm using fresh freesia. And the reason I am is because fresh freesia and rich razzleberry are in these colors. I already have the green because of my leaves. So I'm going to add some more color to it by using my fresh freesia and my rich razzleberry. Now the fresh freesia colors are with the blending pen combo. And you can get those just as a combo where you get a lighter shade of fresh freesia or a dark shade. And then the rich razzleberry, I only have the colored pencil of that color, so I am going to use that just to shade in a little bit here and there, just to give it some of that color that you find in the DSP. That one, I'm just going to highlight some of these lines in here with the darker shade of fresh freesia. Right, that just makes the folds of his garment a little more prominent. And then we'll just add a little bit of this rich razzleberry just to give it a little more highlight. Okay, so then after we stamp and color, we're going to fold and assemble. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white card and I'm going to make sure that I take my bone folder, because this card, once it's done, it's kind of thick. So you want to make sure you use your bone folder to burnish all of the folds so that they will fold nicely for you. All right, so I'm going to press those down real good. And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to put my DSP paper on first. And I don't want to put it on the first panel, I want to put it on the second panel. There we go. And then we're going to take, let's see, I have to look at this for a second just to be sure to remember how I did it. Oh, yes. Okay. Then I'm going to take my white circle and I'm going to take some mini glue dots and I'm just going to put one dot on the end of my leaf on the front of it. And then I'm going to line it up where I want it to stick with my image of the head of Christ. Then I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put a couple of those on those images. And let's see, let's do that first. Let's stick it right there. Then what I want to do is I want to take my scalloped circle and I'm going to put some glue on only half of it. All right, so we're just going to add some Stampin' Seal on only half of it. And that half is going to stick on the white part. Now, before you do that, actually, you should put your white, your basic white in there. So I'm going to do that real quickly. And you just want to put some seal on the back of that, on the side that you have the DSP. And then you're just going to center that and line it up towards the fold or the score line of your base card. All right, that way it all folds together like this, okay? So now you have this, and you want your circle, the glue part, to go on the white. So what I do is I line it up with all the edges, and then I press down. That way it covers the whole center there, and it looks pretty nice that way. Okay, then I'm going to take my images that I have assembled together, and I'm going to add just a few more dimensionals. And we're going to put that right in the center. So when you open up the card, it'll look like this, and you pull on this side and it opens up to where your message is going to be. Now I forgot to stamp my message on the inside. You will probably want to do that first. Before you assemble. So just keep that in mind as well. But I'm going to use the stamp Celebrate His Love, and I'm using Rich Razzleberry to stamp that message. All right, so there it is. And so you have your head of Christ. You pull it out, pull there, and your receiver will see your message. All right, now let's just top it off with some embellishments so that it looks a little better and not so plain. I grabbed a couple different embellishments just to show you what I think would look good on this card. This one I used are flat adhesive backed pearls. So that's what I used to put on this card. And we also have heart pearls, so you could definitely use those. Some of them are kind of they're shiny, but they're more of a, what's the word I want? I can't think of it right now. But they're kind of cloudy in there. And then they have a more pearlized, shiny set too in this pack. And then I haven't used these for a while, and I thought, oh, these would look good. And that is our pastel pearls. Now I can use my purple ones or my pinker ones that would go with the fresh freesia. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these. They're just a little lighter. And we'll just dress this card up a little bit. And they usually say that 3 is enough, but I'm going to put 6 or 5. That would work too. Okay, there they go. There you go. Here is the second card. Whoops, I didn't mean to put it up so high you couldn't see it. And this is our card, an adult type card for Easter. And it is our center circle fold. Very simple to make, very easy to do, and it can be nice and colorful and really nice. I mean, it's very pretty to give to someone special. Now you can see I was fighting with the leaves up here a little bit. That only tells me that I should have put that glue dot or moved the leaves down a little further so that it would clear the circle. So you'll want to keep that in mind when you make your card as well. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you appreciated this. Make sure that you leave any comments below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell so you can be reminded when my videos are up. All right, you have a fantastic week, and we will see you on Tickle Tuesday. Bye now.